Hi, my name is Bryce Craig, and I'm the inventor of the FeatherTent. Before I tell you about what the FeatherTent is, I want to tell you about a quick experience I had. It's when I was in San Francisco at one of the world's best design agencies. And we just got done talking about how we were going to change the world through design. And I was pretty pumped leaving the office. I walked outside the office door and I walked down the sidewalk. And right there in front of me, laying on the concrete, were 3 homeless people. And I had to physically step over them. And I just made a mental note in my mind. You know what? I just got done talking about how I'm going to change the world. Well, why don't I just start right now, 20 feet from the front door? I can start making a difference. This experience really hit home a year later when the Haiti earthquake struck. I saw thousands and thousands of people displaced from their homes. I remember an aerial view shot of them living in these tarp cities. So I did some research on why they were living in tarps. They wanted tents, but they got tarps. And the reason is that the tents were too expensive, they weren't practical, they took up too big of a footprint, and they just weren't available. So there these people were in monsoon season, with water dripping on them, in muddy conditions, with no privacy, all because it was too expensive. I thought that was ridiculous. So I set out to figure out a way to give people a shelter from the time that a natural disaster strikes to the time that relief agencies can come and do some real help. Usually, if we look at the Haiti earthquake, the tsunami in Japan and Indonesia, that can take months. So these people are living in tarps for months. I created the FeatherTent with these people in mind. What the FeatherTent does is it creates a private living space for people from the time a disaster happens until a relief agency can give further help. I've seen people living in Haiti underneath tarps in miserable conditions. I've seen people in Japan stuffed into a gymnasium with no heat. And I've seen people in our own country living on the sidewalk. So a lot of people ask me, what is the FeatherTent? Well, the FeatherTent's pretty simple. It's a flat sheet of material with 2 inflatable crossbeams. So within a matter of minutes, you can inflate these crossbeams and have a structure ready to sleep in. I like to think of it as a sleeping bag with a dome on top. It provides a temporary living shelter for people displaced from their homes. It's warm, it's waterproof, it's lightweight and easily portable, and can compact down to about the size of a wallet. Best of all is that it can be produced and sold with a nice margin for under $10. It should fit well with these relief aid agencies looking for... Anyway. Our goal with a FeatherTent is to bridge the gap between a tarp and a tent. A tarp is not humane for the people living in it. A tent is too expensive. We hope to bridge the gap with the FeatherTent and provide a place to live for displaced people of all over the world that can be airdropped into any situation within 48 hours. When the people asked for tents in Haiti, they were told no. When the next disaster happens, we want the relief agencies to be able to say, yes, we have a solution for you. We can give you what you need and what you want, and here it is.